Common Core is a new way of structuring the curriculum so that grades K through 12 are all able to come out at the same subsequent level and think more critically. The first subject is English and language arts, and one of the big changes with that is that we are hoping that students will actually have a better concept of comprehension instead of just reading words and not really taking anything or learning anything, to be able to think for themselves on what they read. Problems with that are that not all schools have computers or access to enough computers for every student. Some schools don't have high-speed internet at all, and one thing that Obama's trying to do to fix that is through an initiative called Connect Ed, which is a great idea in theory. It's supposed to bring internet access to all students at all schools. However, it's going to be costly and more than likely not something that can be fully taken advantage of in the amount of time that school is open to the students. I think that it is a good idea in theory to allow kids to move forward when they've all reached the same plateau. However, in terms of reality, I don't think that all people come from the same socioeconomic status. I don't think people come from the same upbringing. I don't think that all kids are even on the same IQ or intelligence level or given the same resources. So regardless of what we do with the curriculum and what Common Core tries to do, it's not fully developed yet regardless, and its core ideals are good ones, but if it can actually be put into practice, I think is a better question. Some of the problems are that it just creates another test, and not only does it create another test, but much of the time spent in the classroom is supposed to be dedicated to learning the content, and only 2% is supposed to be dedicated to test preparation, which is supposed to take a lot of the pressure off of kids. However, how are you supposed to take a test when you haven't really had the opportunity to prepare for it? It's a good idea, again, in theory, to focus on content more than on testing. But even in this situation, it doesn't reduce class size, and kids aren't necessarily going to get the one-on-one attention that they need with teachers. It also doesn't consider or take into consideration that kids learn differently, and perhaps if we're going to focus on restructuring an education system and a curriculum, then we should take into consideration that some kids better auditory learners, some kids are better visual learners, some kids learn from hands-on. And if we're trying to get everyone to the same level, but not everybody is the same person, I mean, I think that's a pretty big problem.